Okay, so loops and sets in Python. So loops are written over there. I'll go in loops later. I'll just first go and like dictionaries are also written here. Okay, so we'll be discussing much about the loops and the sets today, not about these dictionaries. Okay, dictionaries we will do it later. So let's first understand sets. I'll go in this concept later.
So on Friday, I was not able to join the meeting because I was traveling. So there is not a video of the session of that day.
So video has not been uploaded. Okay, I'll check it. All right. So fine. Now let's understand what are sets. Okay. So we have started list. We have started tuples. We have seen how the operation works in list and tuples. The sets are called as unordered and unindexed elements. Okay, collection of data elements, but unordered and unindexed elements, and it is displaying the results in some random orders. That is why it is called as unordered and unindexed. Now, next point, like if we want to create set and if we want to create a dictionary also further, right? Both of them are written in curly braces. While in list we saw and in tuples we saw this, okay? But dictionary and sets both are in this format. Now, let's say I'm going to make my set and I'm going to store anything there. Okay, you can give any sort of numbers. I can give any sort of characters, any sort of data type elements, some. Okay, so let's say that I am writing a basic operation. Okay, basic values there. So I'll write something like cello, mango, Hitachi, Samsung, Apple, any sort of thing. So this set contains something, some string values. Now, when I'm going to run this set, it is going to give something else, right? Because if you see, if I'm going to print this set value, I'm getting Hitachi, Apple, Cello, Samsung. Okay, it's Samsung and mango over there. So you can see this is how it is coming in. Okay, it is coming in some random order, and that is why it is said that there is no order of a set, right? Okay, so there are operations like adding, updating, removing, discarding, pop, clear, frozen sets, intersection. So in class 11th mathematics, before maybe in some boards, you have a concept of sets in maths. Okay, and we study it. See, like just ignore this set for now. Let's say I have set A and set B. Okay, and I have some numbers in set A and B. Like I have 1, 3, 5 here, 7 here. In set B, say I have 7, 3. Okay, I have 7, I have 9, I have 11, I have 3. So I have these numbers in this set. Okay, now getting for this results, like we have an A and B, two different sets, okay, and both of the set has some values common, for example. So those things you get a term, okay, that is called intersection. In mathematics, get this term called intersection. That means common elements. So A dot intersection of B, it means to give you the common elements between A and B. The common elements of A and B, simple as that. So common elements of A which is there in B is 3 and 7. The same if I write B dot intersection of A will give me the common element of B in A. So that is also same, because common elements mean same. It would be same everywhere. Like if you are talking in A hand or you are talking in the B hand, it will be similar in both of the sides. Now next to it, let's say you want to find unique elements. Unique means uncommon elements. So uncommon elements in set A, okay. So you're going to just put this operator and get the things. Like if I just want to see this, let me check it out. If I get the knot of this, okay, okay, fine. So I can just get it using symmetric difference if it is not coming. Fine. So symmetric difference is going to tell you about the uncommon elements, okay, in set A and set B. That is 1, 5, 9 and 11, because 3 and 7 is common. It is there in set A and in set B also, okay. Now let's say you want to see a union of your set. In maths all these things comes. Union of your set. Union means when you have two sets and you're gonna combine your set A and set B, that is called union of the sets. So A dot union of B, you get what? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Basically all the elements are joined, okay. In sets, a very important thing is that the elements will never combine the values, repeat the values. The values which would be there in these sets will never repeat actually, okay. Next is A dot difference in B. So if you want to see the elements which are different in A as compared to B, those are 1 and 5, because those are uncommon elements in A. So in B, if you want to see the uncommon elements, you write B dot difference of A, 9 and 11. Otherwise you can just write all of the functions what we have learned. All of them can be written in a very simple form, okay, in I should say it like simple operators form. If you are talking about, you want to write in an operators form, we can just write it very simple way. I'll show you. See, so for A intersection B, B intersection A, A union B, B union A, I'll write them for now. Next is your A difference B and B difference A. Very simple, okay. Let's separate this, we'll get confused. See, if you write A difference B, that means the difference or the different element in set A when you compare it with set B. When you write B minus A, it is showing you the different element in set B comparing with set A elements. When you're writing A union B or B union A, that means same, just combining all the set values. Okay, So now the next, the difference, symmetric difference, I think is very clear. Okay. Now there are methods of addition, adding values in set through add, through no update. How? Adding elements in a set. So I have set A, or I have this set something. So in this set I want to add something, so I'll just write add. Let's say I want to add something called as cap. So you can see it's apple cap cello something coming out. You can see the order has been changed. The first time it was coming like this, like this. Now it is coming in this sense. Now orders change. Now just take one single element. Single element addition. Then there is update. Multiple values. So you can update a set of values also here. How? You can write something called you can write some sort of this. So when I see this set, I can get these much number of values. So you can see it's HP, Microsoft, and say anything coming first, anything going back. This is the working of update. Now if you want to remove something from your set, how it will work. Removing values, this set dot remove. You want to remove HP, you write HP, get your this set. You can see no HP there now. Okay, next is a pop operation. We have learned, if I say this set dot pop, this set will tell which element has popped. So cap has been popped. A random element will be popped. Okay, if it is this set, any random element will be like eliminated from your set. Okay, that's the working of pop here. Next is, let's say if we have elements, let's say we don't have any elements which we are trying to remove. Okay, we are trying to remove some elements which are not there. What to do? Let's say I want to remove using discard. I'm writing this set dot discard Google. Okay, let's say I'm trying to remove Google from here. It is not going to give any kind of errors to you. That's the speciality of this function. No errors will be raised. Why? Because you are doing discard, and discard will never raise any kind of an error when an element is not found. So if only when you see an element is found, it will remove. If an element is not found, this is not going to do any kind of operation. That's simple. Okay, then union we have seen, no? Union function. Okay, function not made. No. showed you union function. Okay, so this is like how this set works. But there is something called subset, superset, disjoint. Disjoint is something when no intersection is there between two sets. Let's say set A and set B, if I talk about, they both have some sort of common values. Okay, if you want to see is disjoint, no null intersections, like A dot is disjoint this set, right? Why? Because and it is going to give you a true result. Why? Because there is no common values between A and disjoint. A and this set, no common values between them, right? So that is why disjoint becomes true. Okay. Next we have is subset. Now if you say that we have a set, and in set I have 3 and 7, I want to see whether this is a subset of A or not. Let's say yes, it is a subset. Or what you can do is very good thing, that you can check A intersection B. Okay, A intersection B, obviously it means a common value, so A intersection B is a subset of your A or not. So that's yes. Why? Because A intersection B means 3 and 7, and 3 and 7 is a subset of whatever the set A and set B is having. Okay, and that's simple to see. Now when an element is a subset of this, that means this is a superset of this element, right? Superset of A intersection B. And what is superset? It reports whether this particular set contains another set or not. It reports that this A set contains this value set or not. So A intersection B was giving you 3 and 7. So it means that whether your A set is having this A and B or not. So it is having 3 and 7 basically, right? So that's the motto. And in subset it says whether another set contains this set or not, whether this set contains this or not. That's the reciprocal test. Okay, let's come back to the loops. Let's understand about loops. So loops in Python allows the execution of a statement, okay, or a group of statement for some numbers of time, as I said before also, right? So in order to run a loop, execute in some certain conditions, you have to define the kind of loop you want to run. And loop runs on situations, conditions. Once your condition is wrong, it becomes false. Once your condition becomes false, your loop will terminate, or whatever the operated statements have been given, it will do that particular operation. Okay, most probably the loop will terminate or it will be braked. Okay, fine, let's understand. So this loop works till your conditions are true. Okay, now let's understand it a practical approach. Let's suppose you are some senior dean of a college, and you want to make a module software that can compute the results of all the students and can show you the total marks printed with the percentages also. Okay, so in order to calculate the marks percentage, you will create an algorithm, and what that algorithm says, that it will be the total marks scored by you divided by the given total marks of the exam into 100. Very simple. This is something what the algorithm says. Okay, so this is your logic. Now let's suppose that there are no number of students in your college, school, something. Let's suppose 1,000, 5,000 students. So you can't create manually percentages for all. In order, like if you have 10 students in a class, 5 students in class, you can take your time and you can just calculate things for marks of those students. But when it's 5,000, 50,000, any sort of values, in those cases you are going to put something, okay, on iteration. That means that you are going to have someone who can keep on running your codes, and will require very less time also to do that, right? So this will save your time and will make your code much efficient. Okay, there is when we get the concept of loops coming in. Okay,
Some mean loops make a code run continuously, repeatedly.
hi, for a specific number of time, or for maybe infinite. It depends on what kind of loop you want. Okay, yeah. So let's suppose now, if it was to be calculated for 3 students, I made a logic for student 1, calculated marks for student 1, again made logic, so same logic is being applied, but for student 2, then applied for student 3. But if I have a loop, I have that algorithm, or I have that logics for results, and that same logic will be applied by my loop iterator to student 1, student 2, student 3. Time will be saved, work will be done faster. So there are 2 different type of loops. One is called for loop, the second is called while loop. Nested is something when you have one inside another. That's very simple. Okay, so we also use nested in order to solve some complex real life problems. So I'll show you some example of nested loops also, how it works. Now loop control statements. To control the flow of the loop, right, to alter the execution based on a few specified conditions, you are going to use loop control statements, okay, like break, like continue, like pass, a lot like of that. Okay, so the control statements are used to alter the execution based on the conditions. Okay, in very short, if I say these 3 kind of control statements, what you can see, break, continue and pass, will help in movement of your loop actually. Okay, so break means just to stop. When you say, whenever you say like you are breaking a loop, that means you are terminating the execution of the loop. So as soon as the loop comes across a break statement, the loop terminates the execution and it stops there. Okay, continue will do a bit change here. It will not stop. So whatever the condition is applied by you, it is going to skip that particular part. Okay, whatever the condition you have given, it is going to skip. It is not going to take it, stop. It is going to skip that part and continue the loop. Next becomes your pass. Pass is nothing, it just acts like a comment. Okay, it is not going to do anything. It just works like filling something as a value. Okay, So we have while loops, we have for loops. Let's understand while loops. So while loops are basically called indefinite or conditional loops. Okay, we have to understand that first. They will keep on iterating until some certain conditions are being met. So like for example, you say that go and take around 50 rounds of a ground. Until you complete those 50 rounds, don't stop. Very simple. So until you have completed those 50 rounds, you are not going to stop, right? That is a conditional loop. You have given a condition. Okay, right? And that's the thing. So they will keep on iterating until some conditions are being met there. No guarantee that how many times the loop is going to iterate. Maybe you can stop at 30, maybe you can start at 20, maybe you can go at 50 also. Depends, like whatever you go. Okay. Let's suppose here we are going to take an example. I is a variable which is having value 2. Now I say that while I is less than 10. Okay. While your I value is less than 10, will print I. Okay. So that means till your I values are less than 10, you will keep on printing the values of I. And if your I value becomes greater than 5, you will break at that time. You will stop the loop at that time. Okay, trying to understand. Your I value is 2 now. You will make a loop that will keep checking that your I values are less than 10. Once your I value becomes greater than 5, we will break at that point, and we are using assignment operator to reinitialize the value of I, so that infinite loop does not come. So just understand, I less than 10, check, done, print I. 2 will be printed. If 2 is greater than 5, no, right, false condition. So break, no breaking. Okay, no entering into break, just go change the value of I equals to 2, 2 plus 1, 3. Next time I is 3 less than 10, again false, print 3, check, go upwards, come 4 less than 5, print 4, okay, check, reinitialize, go, again come 5, 5 greater than 5, break it. Okay, when you run this, you get all this. And reinitializing 5 greater than 5, loop has been breaked. First time your 2 is there, reinitialized 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the loop will continue until the value of I reaches 6, because 6 is greater than 5. So once your 6 is greater than 5, it will break. So till your values are less than 5, it will keep on running and running. Once your values becomes less than 5, greater than 5, it will break. Simple. So this is while loop. Now we can make a guessing number program with this, very simple. Let's say import random, we have done, okay, and from random module written some sort of codes. Once you will learn random, you will understand these things. So we are getting just a number over there. Okay, now number guess equals to that particular same line what we have written. Now let's say guess is a variable which is equals to 0. So while your guess is not equals to the number guess, so number guess is something which is going to be generated by the machine, okay, and guess is something which you are going to guess. So that means until your guess is not equals to the machine generated guess or machine generated number, okay, until it is not correct, okay, we will keep on taking new number from you. And once we take a number, we will check if the guess is greater than 0. Okay, if guess is greater than 0, we will go and check if your guess is greater than the number guess. Let's suppose machine generated 5 and you are guessing 8. So your guess is greater than the number guess, machine guess. So you will print that no number is very large, you guessed a very large number, or machine generated 5, you are generating 2, you are guessing 2, so your guess is very far, so it will say no, your number is very less. Okay, now if your number is not greater than 0, you will just say invalid input. Why? Because we have made an algorithm that number will be greater than 0 only. Even if the number becomes 0 after taking integer, it will add 3 to it and it will come at least 3. Okay. So while the guess is not equals to number guess, it is going to done. Now if your guess becomes number guess in the first attempt, directly it will come, no loop will be running, directly it will come, will print congratulations, you guessed it. Okay, let's run this. What's the thing? Random is not defined. Oh yeah. So a number required to guess, let's suppose I write 6. So it is saying your number is less. The number is less means what I have guessed is less than the machine generated code. So maybe 9. Okay. Okay, number is large. Fine. Hey, which number it is? Now it is not said as a guess because I have keep on writing. So the number was after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After 8 attempts, I got a correct number. It should not be said attempts because it's simple 6, 9, 4, 10, 16, 14, 13. I was getting back and back. So number was 12. Okay. So if you don't iterate I, don't iterate I, your loop runs forever. So you have to take care of that. Okay. Now coming to the for loop. A for loop is used to execute, two kind of things. One is sequence, when you know that for how many times you are going to execute, run something over there. Okay. And that sequence can be of any type: list, dictionary, set, string, array, anything. So this for loop has two different parts where the iteration statement is specified and then there is a body which is executed every once iteration. Okay. So let's suppose we have a list now, we have learnt list, we have a list days equals to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till Saturday. So for x in days, you just understand this is nothing less like this is your man who is going to do work for you. Okay, this is your iterator who is going to run your loops and he is going to answer you. It is going to answer like how many times, what kind of values it is giving to you. Okay, so for x in days, we are going to print x, index values of the x, and how many counts they are having. So I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till Saturday in x now. When I'm printing, index values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, and the counts you are getting is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That means every of them are for 1 only. 1 count is there. Okay. Now if I have 4 elements in a big list, inside this 2 sub list 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, print the elements. Simply see, first element is 1, 2, 3, second element is 4, 5, 6 getting printed. Now if you want it to be printed in this case, you have to keep nested loop, for inside a for. That means for first case in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and for second case in the first case. Okay, for your first case was this, your first case was giving answer of this. So for second case in the first case you will get 1, 2, 3 and then 4, 5, 6 like this. Okay, with this I will come to a topic called range function. Okay, So the range function requires to give some starting number to ending number and some intervals if you want. Okay, so this is a function which goes on specific, you know, a range of any value what you give. Okay, by default iteration is 1. Skipping values. So let's say I have created a list called back. So for x in range of 2 to 10 plus 1, and a very important thing is there that whenever you write range of something x comma y, it will give you elements from x to whatever it is till y minus 1 always. So you are trying to get numbers between 2 comma 5, you will not get 2, 3, 4 and 5. You will get 2, 3 and 4. Why? Because it will start from 2, it will go to 3, it will go to 4 and it will only go till 5 minus 1. So that is 4 actually. So till 4 it will go. So now I have written for I in range of 2 comma 10 plus 1, that means 11. So 11, that means I want to stop at 10 actually. I want 10 number also, the 10th number also. That is why it is being written 10 plus 1, so that it becomes 11 and the range can stop at 11 minus 1, that is 10. Okay. So we'll append all the values. Append, you have learned how it works. Add the values to the x. So this is backward. Now I will be reversing back and I will be writing that for value in the back, print val. So you can see it's just printing in reverse order, that is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and no 1 because I have started from 2 and I want it till 10. So done. Range of 3 does not means you have written range of 3 does not means values from 0 to 3 but the values from 0 to 2. So with this we are making a factorial program. So let's say you have a number taking input, factorial is a variable which is holding value of 1. If a number is less than 0, you will print invalid input. If a number is equals to 0, you will print factorial is 1. And for x in a range of 1 to num plus 1, you are printing the factorial. Factorial means like if you want a factorial of 4, that means 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, simple. Okay, factorial of 3 or 8 into 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So whatever the number it is, it will go backwards multiplication till 1. So this is same we are doing for x in range of 1 to and num plus 1. Will print f, will print the factorial. For now I'll not print the factorial, it will make confusion to you. I'll print only x. Let's say my number is equals to 3. Factorial of 3 is 1, 2, 3. Factorial is 6. Okay, if you don't want to print x, I'll just not write it now. So factorial of 3 is just 6. Factorial of 90 is this. Okay, factorial of 4 is 24. 5 is 120. Factorial of 1 is 1. Factorial of 0 is 1. Okay. Now break, continue and pass statements. Break, I have, as I say, it will just terminate things. Continue will skip and all. So for numbers in 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, if number is equals to 5, just break and write loop ended. So if I run this, you can see 2 will print, 3 will print, 4 will print. Now number become 5, so loop ended. Same doing here. If equals to 5, continue. So printing numbers, 2 is printed, 3 is printed, 4 is printed, 5 coming. Not have to print, just skip that. And 6 and then the loop end. Pass nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the end. Pass is not going to do anything. Okay. Now here I have made a loop. Okay. Where I'll just explain you what I'm doing. I've created 3 different lists: passenger name, gender and age, asking the passenger whether it is traveling, he or she is traveling or not. If the answer becomes yes or no, so while your answer is yes, you will keep on asking the passenger enter the number of people you want, and you will keep for from 1 to num plus 1, so that if the user enters 3 passengers, if you take range, it will take 1 comma 3, that means it will only take 1 comma 2. So it will only take the entries of 2 people, not 3. So that for that reason we have to take it num plus 1, so that if the user enters 3, it will 3 plus 1 4, and your range can work up to 1 2 3. Name input added to passenger name, age input added to passenger age list, gender added gender. Checking your details, name, age and gender, printing, confirming the entry yes or no. If again the question will be asked, traveling, missed anyone? If you say yes, again your traveling will be equals to yes, and again this process is going to be done. How many numbers of people you have missed? Write inputs. If traveling is equals to no, you'll just print passengers information, and you'll create a list of passenger name, gender and age, and then this we will learn later what it is. Just taking a loop and having an index of the values. So I have been asked yes or no. I will say enter the number of people traveling with. I say true. Name of the passenger, let's say I write John, age 23, gender male. Second is Philip, age 35, gender male. So it is asking me now that you said 2 people were traveling and you entered the 2 people details. Now it is asking that okay, you want to confirm the entries, yes or no. So I say yes, I confirm the entry. I have not missed any. Okay, sorry. It asks missed anyone, so I say yes. Enter number of people. Now I'll give 0 actually. So confirm the entry, yes or no. So missed anyone, so I'll say no, I did not miss anyone. So now it will give me my kind of a ticket or whatever I want, right? Passenger information, passenger 1 John M23 and passenger 2 Philip M35. Very simple. Okay, then like if you learn pandas and all, you can just make it very good actually. It can be much better if we are if we can learn pandas, we can make it these things better actually. Because if I show you passenger data how it looks like, let me just see it over once. Passenger data is a list of values holding out this, right? So if I change it to a dictionary of values of this, it will be dictionary updated sequence or like this. Okay, so just a moment. It is okay, a tuple of values. So it is 0, first value, second value, fine. Okay, when we'll go with the data science libraries, we'll understand this. So this is called nested loop actually. Okay, that's simple thing. Rest sets we have understood how it works. So this was all for your today. Okay, and we covered the loops and sets concept in Python. Tomorrow we'll be dealing with dictionary functions and lambda functions there. Okay, let me stop your recording.